Welcome, one and all, to Scotch and Smoke Rings episode 407. I am your friendly neighborhood Oxhorn, here as always with my suspenders set to maximum stun. I've got a great show for you today. We are going to do Randolph Safehouse number 5 for the railroad. And as we all know, we don't know where that's going to lead us. It's a Radiant quest, so we could be going absolutely anywhere today. But it's going to be a blast no matter what we do. And if we have more time afterwards, then we'll go ahead and do a Mila quest. Always with my... let me know how the audio is sounding on your end. I've got a new mic set up. As you can see, I've got a new boom up here. And it's freeing up my desktop a lot. So it's making my broadcast much more enjoyable. I'm broadcasting to... Twitch and YouTube and formerly Hitbox, now called Smashcast. Is that what it's called? Smashbox, something like that. Anyway, so I'm multicasting, ladies and gentlemen, and I have all of your chats merged into one big epic chat. So feel free to leave a message on whatever platform you like best. I've got them all flying by, so I can't promise to see your question, but I've got them all in mind. So I will be sure to answer them as I can. Oxhorn, are you making a story about X688? Says Emoji Gamer. I will eventually. Yeah, I'm going to do one for every single companion in the game. But of course, I'm also going to be doing that for Fallout New Vegas. You all know that I'm doing Fallout New Vegas videos now as well. So I have like years and years worth of content to get through on my channel. Let's lower this just a little bit. There you go. So I've got a whole lot to get through. It's going to take time, but thankfully we have it. So never fear, ladies and gentlemen. Today we are smoking a Natural Drew Estate. This was a gift from Lungra. It has an uncut foot. You can see that the wrapper is still there, which I actually really like. So I'm looking forward to smoking that. It's good to see so many of you in the chat. Sorry I can't answer each and every one of your questions and comments, but I am a man with only 2 eyes, sadly. Such is the nature of the beast. Alright, we're going to take the wrapper off this end here because that is not fun to smoke. That is filled with metal paints and all sorts of nastiness. And instead, we'll simply light the foot. Will you let me rub your beard, says Robert. No. I'm not inviting you over to my house to rub my beard. You can rub it virtually. How about that? Rub it with your eyes. Just use your eyes. That's really weird, isn't it? Yeah. Do Fallout 5, Ox. And I will. When Fallout 5 is announced or released, I will. That generic pyro says, "Hey, Oxhorn, I just started using Twitch Prime. Expect a subscription whenever the free one I have now expires." Hey, that's fantastic. Awesome. Good to hear. Sorry I missed a bunch of shows, he says. Hey, I'm just glad you're here now. Thanks for coming. This is my first live stream, says this Stoopy Gamer. Well, pleasure to have you on the program. Have you tried vaping? I haven't. Well, I mean, I kind of have. So back before vaping was a thing, we're talking 2009, 2010. Vaping didn't exist. Like, you couldn't go to your average tobacco shop and find a vaping device, whatever it's called, a vaporizer. But the technology was being invented. Technology. And I managed to purchase an electronic pipe from China. And it had vaping capsules in it. It wasn't called vaping at the time. It was just called an electronic pipe, and it vaporized this gelatin substance. And so you would load the capsule into the shank of the pipe, of the wooden tobacco-looking pipe, and then you would smoke it like a pipe, but it was just a vapor that came out. And I tried it for a while, I even smoked it on the program a few times, and I wasn't interested. So I just stopped using it. And then a few years later, man, the whole vaping economy blew up, and people are vaping right and left and up and down, and more power to them. They can do what they want to do. How were you introduced to Fallout? Asks Dope Boys. 2008, Fallout 3 comes out. I'm working at a company called WeGame in San Francisco. They hired me to be the creative director, and at the time I was producing a bunch of World of Warcraft videos. I had never played a first-person shooter in my life. I wasn't even all that familiar with role-playing games. At that time in my life, I think the only video games I had played, besides classic games like Mario, was like Heroes of Might and Magic, and then MMOs, like Dark Age of Camelot. I was big into Dark Age of Camelot when it came out, Ultima Online, and World of Warcraft, and a few StarCraft, a few RTSs like StarCraft, and that's really about it. Those were all the games I had played. So I had never played a first-person shooter, and then I get this job at WeGame, and all my coworkers are trying to introduce me to first-person shooters, and they had me sitting there playing the Half-Life franchise for the first time. And I know it had been out for a while, but I was experiencing it for the first time. In 2008, and I sit down and I play Half-Life 1, I play Half-Life 2, and I'm blown away. And I'm in love with first-person shooters. I had a lot of fun. And then it was then that Fallout 3 came out. And my coworker at the time, his name was Jeff Gornt. If many of you longtime Oxhorn watchers will remember Jeff, the good old bald shaved head guy, fun guy. He got really excited because he played Fallout 1 and 2, the original Fallout 1 and 2s. I had never had a chance to play them, but he was really excited about Fallout 3. He was talking all about it. So when Fallout 3 came out, everyone in the office got a copy. And we were a gaming company. Well, we did media for games. And so we all sat at our offices, at our desks in the office, playing Fallout 3 for hours and hours and hours. That was my first introduction to the Fallout franchise. I was paid professionally to play Fallout 3 for weeks. Even the CEO of the company was enamored of Fallout 3. And I tell you, I got lost in the world. I really did. I had never experienced anything like it. Like, I really enjoyed World of Warcraft, don't get me wrong. I spent 10 years of my life making videos about World of Warcraft. But I never was in love with the lore. It was always okay. It always kind of just felt generic fantasy to me. I realized that that's going to offend a lot of hardcore World of Warcraft lore people who love the stories and they've read all the books. That's fine. I respect that. I've never read any of the books, so I guess I really can't appreciate the World of Warcraft lore all that well. It was always okay, but I was just more interested in the gameplay mechanics and the community of World of Warcraft rather than the lore of the game. But Fallout 3 was the first franchise that I really started to become enamored of the lore of the game. I spent countless hours exploring the game, especially exploring those subways. Loving those subways. Spent hours in those subways, going from station to station. And, after Fallout 3, my career changed a lot. I got laid off at the company in WeGame, and then I ended up working for a Facebook gaming company for a while, and then I kind of completely left the gaming scene, and I started, working for startups and marketing. So I really stopped gaming for a long time. New Vegas came out, and I ignored it. I knew that it would capture my attention. When New Vegas came out, I purposefully did not buy the game, because I knew that if I bought it, and if I started playing it, it would it would take over my life. So I ignored it. And years went by and I didn't touch it. But around it was January 2016, I decided I finally wanted to see what New Vegas was all about. So I installed New Vegas, and it had the exact effect on me that I knew it would. I just fell in love with New Vegas. I beat New Vegas. I didn't do absolutely everything in the game, but I did beat the main plot of New Vegas. And by that time, Fallout 4 had been out for a few months. And I thought, well, I'd better give Fallout 4 a try. It's the latest Fallout game. And then Fallout just blew everything away, in my opinion. I love New Vegas, don't get me wrong. I'm not trying to compare the two. But Fallout 4, the whole Minuteman storyline and the new way you use power armor and the whole, being in Boston sort of thing, I just really loved that combination of lore and game mechanics. And so Well, that's where I am today. That's how I got introduced to the Fallout franchise. Dustin, with a wonderful tip. Thank you very much, Dustin. He says, love your videos, Oxhorn. Well, thank you very much. I appreciate it. Cheers. What am I doing? I can't be drinking coffee. This is Scotch and smoke rings. All right, where's my Scotch? Crow says, so Oxhorn, what will your next New Vegas video be on? I hope that it is the Sunset Sarsaparilla Factory. Yeah, I actually have that on the short list of places that I'm going to visit. But right now I'm working on Boone. I really want to understand the character of Boone. Because he's got such a fascinating and tragic story arc. But to do so properly, I have to visit a number of really important NCR locations. So my next video in New Vegas is going to be on Camp Searchlight. I'm going to do a video on Camp Searchlight and then one on Cottonwood Cove. And then once those are done, then I may be able to sit down and do my companion video on poor old Boone. Once that's done, then I'm going to visit more of the vaults. I'll do the Sunset Sarsaparilla Company, or headquarters, and a bunch of other stuff in New Vegas. Plus, then there's Veronica and Ulysses and all of these other characters that I really want to do. Fallout New Vegas is going to be absorbing my attention for quite some time, ladies and gentlemen. I'm going to have a blast making content for that game. Right now, I'm only dedicated to doing one New Vegas video a week. But frankly, I can't see how that's going to work. I'm going to have to do more than one a week, because there's just so much to do in New Vegas. But I still have so much in Fallout 4 that I haven't finished yet. Like, I've done profiles of Preston, Kate, and McCready. I'm working on one of Hancock right now. I've got a bunch more other companions. I haven't even touched Far Harbor yet. I've done a few places in Far Harbor, and I did the whole storyline arc. Like the good, evil, and neutral endings to Far Harbor. I did that video, but I haven't done in-depth, detailed videos about all of the different places in Far Harbor yet. So I've got so much to do. So much to do. I should really be doing 2 videos a day. I can't do 2 videos a day. All right, Lagavulin. I've got a 16-year-old bottle of Lagavulin here. We introduced this on the program last week, and as you can see, I've been enjoying it a little bit more than I typically enjoy my bottles of Scotch. It's just the smoothest thing I've ever tasted. So let's get rid of some of this water. The ice has been melting. Do one New Vegas video a week until your character profiles are wrapped up, maybe. I don't know, whatever floats your boat. The videos are all great. Thanks very much, Andy. Yeah, I don't know how I'm going to go about doing it, because I'm having so much fun doing both. I want to do both every day at the same time. Why can't I be 2 people? This is not right. I want to be 2 people so I can do both at the same time. Please do 2 videos a day, says Liam. Look, I would, okay? I would, but I'm already spending way too much time on my 1 video a week. And even then, I had to go down to 6. I was doing 7 videos a week, 1 each day. I did that for over a year. And then a couple of weeks ago, I finally had to bring it down a notch. So I'm doing 6 videos a week. I'm taking my Sundays off. Sundays are off. So that means no videos on Mondays. And it's been very nice. I've been able to spend it with the family and hang out with the kids and kind of work on my computer and make sure my Fallout installation is functional. So it's been nice. But man, I just feel so limited as a human being. This body and mind is getting in the way. I wish I could just... Alright, let's give ourselves a nice, healthy portion today. Because I expect this stream to be a nice long broadcast. But tomorrow, I've got a new video. Tomorrow, my video is going to be on more mods. I haven't figured out how I'm going to position it yet. I'm not sure what the name of it's going to be. But I've got 6 or 7 mods that, most of them are new, that recently came out on the Nexus, that are really interesting. I've got some texture mods. I've even got a new mod that I'm going to be reviewing that... it changes the way criticals and VATs look. It gives you a sort of, well, I don't want to spoil it, but it gives you a sort of Sin City vibe whenever you do a critical in VATs. It just changes the way motion blur and color look. It's pretty good. I'll show you that one tomorrow. Cheers. I know the feeling of human limitation. Wouldn't it be awesome if we didn't have to sleep, said Sparrow. Yes, it would. Joseph says, I have a question. How does your family think about you being a YouTuber? Well, they're very supportive. My wife met me because I was a YouTuber. You have to remember that I've been doing this for almost... How many years have I been doing this? I started in 2004. So 12 years or so. I've been doing this for a very long time. It's only recently that I've moved into the Fallout side of things. I did this for World of Warcraft for a long time. Hey, thanks for the tip, Mikey. Mikey says, hey, I'm new to the live feed, Oxhorn. I'm from New Zealand, by the way. I enjoy watching your feeds and huge amount of respect for you and all the mod authors. Keep doing what you're doing, and thank you. Well, thank you very much. I appreciate it. Got a tip from Jacob. Jacob says, hey, Oxhorn, you're doing a great job. Love your videos. Love your live streams. I watch everyone. Quick question. Any tips for a new cigar smoker, brands and types? Well, I mean, it depends on how much you want to spend. A good rule of thumb is the more expensive the cigar, the better the cigar is going to be. So if you really want to make sure that you have a good experience, just plonk down a decent wad of cash on a really good cigar. But if you want a good, reliable brand, I always recommend Romeo y Julieta. Romeo and Juliet. They're a very kind of... You can find them in almost every tobacco shop. They're not the best cigars, but they're reliably good. And then I would get a good Churchill-sized one like this. It's going to give you a nice 1.5 to 2 hour long smoke if you don't smoke it too quickly. But really, the enjoyment of a cigar comes down to your cigar technique. You don't want to smoke too fast, otherwise it gets bitter and it starts to give you a tongue bite and it becomes unpleasant. So you really want to just nurse it. You want to smoke it over a good 1.5 to 2 hours with some cold beverage nearby to wet your whistle when you need it. Maybe hanging out with some friends. And then you'll probably... The most of the enjoyment of a cigar is just the experience of smoking with friends. Although, of course, the quality of the cigar is also important. I was answering another question. Oh, family! Yeah, no, I met my wife. My wife discovered me because I was a YouTuber. She first found me on YouTube. And she left a flirtatious comment. Remember when I said I read all my comments? I do read all my comments. I met my wife because she commented on one of my YouTube videos. And so I messaged her, and one thing led to another, and we got married. And, but she's very supportive. She's also a gamer, though. So it helps that she's a gamer. She loves Elder Scrolls and Overwatch. Those are her favorite games right now. They are a lot of fun. And then the rest of my family, you know, they've known me all my life. My mother and my brother, they're also gamers, and they're very supportive of what I do. Someone tell him the stream won't work on YouTube. I think it may be, I think you may be wrong because most of my viewers are on YouTube right now. And I'm reading their comments on YouTube. Additionally, I tested it myself before the broadcast went live just to make sure that it was working on YouTube. And it is, so it's working fine. Alan says, Oxhorn, do you prefer Piper or Preston? Preston. Look, I like Piper. The problem with Piper is I don't really feel like she's a person. To me, and I'm going to get into this when I do her profile, but to me she feels more like a stereotype. I mean, she's the stereotypical intrepid journalist. She's even got the note in her hat. She's got the reporter's cap and the reporter trench coat. She walks around Diamond City interviewing people. I mean, it's so stereotypical 1940s intrepid reporter that it's like, okay, I understand that trope. I've heard that trope. I've seen that trope all over the place. But who are you as a person, Piper? And she does open up, and you do learn more about her, but I never really learned enough about her to really connect with her. And that's tragic because it's clear that Bethesda wanted her to be the main love interest in the game. Many of the other companions will mention how attractive she is and try to flirt with her, but she always rebuffs them. It's funny because going through all of the different companion conversations with Piper, when you dismiss and accept a new companion, they almost always try to flirt with Piper. Even Kate tries to flirt with Piper, and Piper will have some snarky comment because it's clear Bethesda wanted Piper to be your sole love interest. Or at least Piper to be solely in love with you, regardless of what you chose to do in the game, as long as you continue to work with Piper. I just didn't connect with Piper. There wasn't enough about her personality for me to really be interested in. Now, Preston, I mean, there are definite legitimate criticisms with Preston as well, but I don't think he's a stereotype. I don't think he's a trope. I think the lack of character that he exhibits in the game can easily be explained by his one-minded embracement of the Minutemen, and that was poorly worded, but he is so focused on his cause that hasn't allowed enough time for really a character outside of his cause to evolve. So that can be easily explained by that. And because I approve of his cause and I admire him as a human being, and I'm interested in Preston. Anyway, well, I'll get more into that at a later date. A lot of Preston hate going on in the comments right now. Everybody hates Preston. I like Preston. I've always liked Preston. What's your opinion of old Longfellow? I like old Longfellow, but like, he hates it if you kill Clint. In Quincy, like the gunner Clint. He dislikes it if you kill the man. Why? His story is sad. I understand. He's suffered through a lot. He's more practical. I get the idea of old Longfellow, and I like traveling with him. The fact that he sings old drunken Irish songs is great. The fact that he walks around with a bottle of whiskey is wonderful. But in terms of just his personal ethics, I don't understand what Bethesda was trying to go for. Because on one hand, he's this empathetic character who has a tragic story about his fiancée, it was his wife who was pregnant with his child. He's got his own tragic story when that's concerned. But when it comes to showing other people empathy, he doesn't really do a good job at that. But I don't want to steal my own thunder. So we'll save that for a video on another day. Demon Crim says, "Hey Ox, first time watching the stream. Thank you for the tip, good sir. Doing the Railroad Safehouse missions on my character. Did you notice how the locations change if you have the DLC installed?" I do. I have noticed that. And I like that a lot. I'm glad that they were able to weave those DLC locations into those primary Radiant quests. His singing is awful, says Senior Rogue. Yeah, that's why it's great. Can you do Fallout 3 videos? Yeah, I mean, I want to get to that. But I'm so preoccupied with New Vegas and 4 that I really want to just focus on these for a while. And then I'll open up to Fallout 3. And who knows, maybe other Fallouts like 1 and 2 and Tactics and Brotherhood of Steel and all of that good stuff. I mean, there's just so much that I could do content about that I don't see an end in sight. I just really don't. Oxhorn, I demand smoke rings. Yes, sir. I have to alter my trajectory. There's a slight breeze going on in here. Stick with 4. I really like it. Keep it coming. Never fear, good sir. I I will not be abandoning Fallout 4 anytime soon. It's my bread and butter, and I still have a whole lot of content to go through. I'm still doing 5 Fallout 4 videos every single week. 4 lore videos, 1 mod video, and then 1 New Vegas video, for a total of 6 videos every week. So Fallout 4 is still my focus, my emphasis. Who do you prefer, Codsworth or Dogmeat? Well, I'm going to say Codsworth, easy. He's got the personality. He's an interesting person to talk to. Dogmeat, I mean, dogs are not interesting companions. I'm glad Dogmeat is there. I like having Dogmeat around, but a dog is a dog, right? A dog is going to love you no matter what you do. He doesn't care who you are. He doesn't have any opinions of his own. He just likes the attention he's getting from you, and he's going to follow you around the wasteland, which is great. But, I mean, that's what a dog does. That's not what an interesting character and personality does. Codsworth is interesting because he does have his own character and personality. But what's really interesting about Codsworth is how did that happen? Because he was programmed by General Atomics. And we even find out from the Soul Survivor that some of his personality settings could have been set. I believe the Soul Survivor even said to the Vault Tech rep that she set his blind optimism setting a little too high. So how much of Codsworth's personality is his, and how much of it was programmed by the Soul Survivor and General Atomics? But what's more interesting than that is how much of his personality evolved on its own over a period of 200 years. Right, we understand that General Eden started off as, well, I don't want to spoil it. All right. I mean, it's been 10 years. Almost 10 years. Do I have to worry about spoilers for Fallout 3? Alright, I'll stop right there. Just in case. I don't want to do spoilers. Vault 3 props with a wonderful tip. Thank you, good sir. Says, I know I've asked this, but do you accept Fallout props as fan art? I don't understand. Like, props? Fallout props? Like a Pip-Boy or a model robot or something? Well, I mean, on Discord, you can post images and screenshots and all sorts of stuff. So if that's what you're wanting to do, that's a great place to do it. Sorry, everybody on Discord, I've probably been ignoring you. I have 2 chats up. Discord is the second chat. I'm taking a look at the general channel of Discord, so if you want to leave me a message there, feel free. In fact, let me tell everybody there. There we go. Man, lots of questions about companions. Preston or Gage, and then what do you think of Dance? Definitely Preston instead of Gage. Gage, there's a lot to respect about Gage, because simply being an adult human male who has lived through a lot of crap, he has been forced to mature. But that maturity has a ceiling. He kind of stopped maturing at a certain point. He still embraces the, I need a quick fix, I need... actually, that's not accurate, because he does think more long-term rather than most raiders. He has the capacity to strategize to achieve a result that he wants. But the results that he always wants are short-term gains. He never wants anything like a brand new civilization that's going to help more people. All he really wants is to help himself, and the people that can better help himself. Which is normal. People evolve to think that way, but thinking that way, you can only mature to a certain limit and maintain that kind of thought process. To really become a fully fledged, interesting human being, you have to kind of go beyond your short-term material gains and think about greater things like civilization building. So that's where my interest in Gage kind of stops. And that's why I continue to really like Preston. As for Dance, he's a tragic character in my mind. I did an entire profile video on Dance. No, I didn't. I haven't done that yet, have I? No, I did a video on Dance's on one quest called Blind Betrayal dealing with Dance, but I haven't done my profile video on Dance. I mean, he's a tragic character. I like Dance. I respect Dance. I completely disagree with Dance. He and I do not share the same worldview, but I admire how dedicated he is to his cause. I admire how he's doing what he thinks is right, and he will fight anybody whom he thinks is wrong. But there's so much about his conclusions that he's made about the world around him that I completely disagree with, and the way that he's cruel towards people whom he sees as enemies, like ghouls and synths. The way he treats Hancock is really awful. And I'm discovering that when I'm doing my video on Hancock, I'm shooting a lot of footage of him talking to Dance, and the way the two interact is just... Dance is cruel to Hancock. This is really, really mean. But you'll see more of that in my video on Hancock, which will come out later. And yes, I realize, to my great shame and embarrassment, that in the videos that I have done to date, I have been mispronouncing Hancock's name. I realize I have been calling him Hancock. I don't know why. I can't explain it. There is no D in the man's name. His name is not Hancock. It is Hancock. I get it. I don't know why I've been messing that up, but I will be paying close attention from now on to try and pronounce his name correctly. Mayor Hancock, not Mayor Hancock. My bad. Frith says, hey, I used to watch your World of Warcraft machinima videos back in the day. I was wondering what got you into making Fallout 4 videos. Well, I explained that at the beginning of the program. I've always been really interested in the Fallout world. It's really the only fictional universe where I've been really interested in the lore of the world. And finally, I decided that now was the time to sit down and really explore the world so I could better understand it. Sleepy Time with a wonderful tip. And no question, but thank you very much, Sleepy Time. Mercy says, I was thinking about that mispronunciation while I've been watching your videos and giggling like a moron. Yeah. And it's the #1 comment. Every time I mispronounce his name, you guys make sure to remind me. The comment section are like, Hancock, Hancock, Hancock. It's like, no, I'm sorry. It's Hancock. Can you just get over that? Think about the actual video I made and not my stupid mistake, all right, please? I won't make that mistake for my profile on Hancock, I promise. Witcher 3 is such a good game, says Needle Kaisart. Yeah, I hear great things. I haven't played it, but I hear great things. One of the things I heard is that the Witcher franchise is coming to Netflix as a series. Did you hear that? It was on the news today. I have great hopes. I have high hopes. Is it going to be like Game of Thrones? Who knows? Who knows? Robin on Discord says, what's the cigar tonight? Tonight it is a natural Drew estate. This was a gift from Lungra, which was very nice. Eli Atomic says, by the way, Oxhorn, you got my name wrong last week. It's Eli, like in Elijah. Okay, so Eli Atomic, not Ellie Atomic. It's Eli Atomic. All right, thank you. Lockie says, if you could, who would you like to rule or have the most influence in the Commonwealth? The Minutemen or the NCR? I mean, the Minutemen, hands down. My emotions about the NCR are complex, which I'll get into. I will get into it. But, and you know, part of it just may be the nature of the beast. I mean, and it's the same way no matter what, whether it's a business, which turns into a corporation, or a revolution, which turns into a sprawling government. Anytime you congregate mass humanity in one place, into one bureaucracy, into one megalithic organization, you find corruption. And that's because people tend to shirk their own personal responsibility the more they are surrounded by other people. The more other people are working on the same office space that you are, the more likely you are to say, well, that's someone else's job. Well, that's not really my responsibility. Well, I'll just stick with my personal little task. And the more people think that way, whether it's in a business or in a government, the more evil things are allowed to happen. Because people will say, yeah, what happened, I wouldn't have done that. And I'm not really responsible for that, even though I'm in this business, or even though I'm part of this government. So, the Minutemen are really small right now. They really are. The Minutemen are you and Preston when you join. And you can build that up over time. But when you join the NCR, or when you find the NCR in New Vegas, they've been around for a while. This is another state that they're moving into. They've got generals and colonels and leaders and huge bureaucracies. They've had years and years and years to become very corrupt. And they are corrupt. But when you're looking in the world of Fallout New Vegas, you gotta take a look at what's available. There are no Minutemen in Fallout New Vegas that you can side with. There's no pristine, uncorrupt faction that you can join. So you got to take a look at what exists and then choose from among them. Is it really better to side with the yes man? Do we think that we should just wreck everything that exists and start from scratch, or allow anarchy and chaos to rule? I mean, that's something I should explore in future videos. Alex, with a wonderful tip, thank you, good sir, says, I literally sneak my iPad into my room to watch your stream every Thursday. Also, you can do the Oxhorn After Dark at an earlier time. I've been watching since episode 370. You're my favorite YouTuber. Thank you very much, good sir. As for Oxhorn After Dark, I can't predict when I'm going to have time to do it. I really only do an Oxhorn After Dark episode when I happen to finish a video early that day, or when I'm not doing a video that day. Then I can sneak some time aside to do an Oxhorn After Dark. So it's usually really only once a week, maybe a couple times a week if I'm really lucky. Hayden says, what's your opinion on the Lone Survivor? Do you mean the Lone Wanderer or the Soul Survivor as a character? Well, let's talk about the Soul Survivor. Because, you know, the Soul Survivor is a really interesting character who has a really fleshed out backstory. More so than the courier. The interesting thing about New Vegas is you're introduced to this courier person, and you really only know one thing about this courier when you meet him or her, and that's that this person survived an assassination attempt by someone who wanted the package he was carrying. And that's really all you know. You do learn more after you play the game. But with the Soul Survivor, you really have this entrenched history where you can... You know that the female Soul Survivor was a lawyer, the male Soul Survivor was a veteran in the military, they've got a home, they've got their babies, and you can learn more about their story as you explore more of the dialogue options in the game. As for the Soul Survivor, as for the Lone Wanderer in Fallout 3, it's actually pretty similar. You can live through that child's childhood, but really all you know is that the child has a father who loves that child, and the child managed to survive the corruption of a vault. Not a whole lot beyond that, and that's of course because you're supposed to embody the Lone Wanderer in Fallout 3. With the Soul Survivor, you do that, but there's still a little bit more of a rigid storyline. There are a few things that are immovable. In a past life, the Soul Survivor was a professional, either a professional soldier or a professional lawyer. And the Soul Survivor did get married to a specific person and then had a very specific child. There are some things that are set in stone. So it's like you get the wheel of the Soul Survivor when the person is in his or her mid-20s, or maybe even in his or her 30s. I don't even know. That person has already lived a full life when you finally get the reins. And I actually really like that. There are so many games out there that give you the control of this character, and of course you've got this stereotypical amazing teenager who is just graduated from high school, or who is a teen in high school, or is in college, and you're trying to play this teenager. And I get it, because these games are trying to market towards younger people. But it's kind of refreshing to get control of a character who's a bit more mature, has a job, a career, a home, a spouse, a wife, and then it all falls apart, and you have to rebuild after that, which is really interesting. Now, I know there are a lot of other games like that, and that's That's the beauty of this. There are so many games I don't know anything about that I would love to explore someday, but I'm only one man. Only one man. Huggy Wuggy. I'm sorry, Huggy Wai. Hoigawai says, I'm taking a bit of a break from Fallout 4 after 613 hours and 2 playthroughs, but I wanted to send you some pics of my Sanctuary build when it's done. What's your favorite settlement build that you've done? Well, if you want to share images of your settlements, I encourage you to go onto our Discord. We have an entire screenshots gallery where people will publish screenshots they've taken of their personal game and other games that they've played, screenshots that they really enjoy. That's a great place to share a screenshot. As for my favorite settlement, it's a really hard one to answer because it's like every time I do a new settlement or I revisit a settlement, that's my favorite settlement. Like, oh man, this is my favorite now. I'm so proud of it. But then I'll do another one. I'm like, oh no, this is my favorite. It's hard. I mean, I really like Vault 88. I really like how Outpost Zamonja turned out. I loved my 10 Pines Bluff. That was a lot of fun. My Sanctuary was very rewarding. My Spectacle Island turned out really well. I loved the way my castle turned out. It's hard. I mean, I could tell you some of the ones I'm not pleased with. Somerville Place. I didn't like the way I did Somerville Place. I really want to revisit that one. I'm redoing Taffington Boathouse right now. I like the way Croup Manor turned out. That was a nice one. All right. Have you ever been to Diamond City on Christmas? I have, and in fact, I did a video about Diamond City on Christmas. Check out the videos I published around Christmas last year, and you'll see all of my videos on Diamond City Christmas. All right, I should probably get to the game. Already 44 minutes. How has this gone by so quickly? I feel like I just started broadcasting, but we've been doing this for 45 minutes. All right, I better get to Fallout 4 before people start freaking out. Oh, but more questions. And Amaranth says, Oxhorn, oh man, it keeps flying by. Oxhorn, who do you think had the best laid out long-term goal, Dima or Robert Edwin House? Well, there are flaws in both, and I can't get into too much into the details. I once mentioned House in a video, and I started getting comments from people saying, I've been waiting to play Fallout New Vegas specifically so I wouldn't get spoilers about House, and you just ruined it. It's like, what can I do? The game has been out for 7 years. Anyway, in terms of Robert Edwin House, he had such a great flaw in his strategy, which of course was the purpose of the game. Like, the flaw in his strategy is greatly highlighted in the events of Fallout New Vegas. And I understand why he did what he did. It makes sense from a personal point of view, but he's really only focused about New Vegas. His strategy is only to make Vegas amazing, but there's an entire other world out there. And Dima is likewise, he's only focused on the synths, and I understand that people need to be, and yet Dima made so many moral compromises in order to get to where he was. I explored those thoughts in my video on the good and evil endings to Far Harbor, which you can watch on my YouTube channel. But anyway, can you do a history of Kellogg? Yes, that is on my queue. It's on my list of stuff to do. I gotta get to playing Fallout 4, else we're gonna be here all night, and I've got a video to do. I'm doing an Oxhorn's mod muster for tomorrow, and I've got a selection of mods that I think you guys are really going to like. Smoke ship, says Crow Blackheart. All right, Leah, give me your smoke ship ideas in the comments really quickly. I'll choose the best one, and then we'll create a smoke ship. Let me know. The paper bag guy says, on a scale of 1 to 10, how good is your Scotch? 10. It's one of the best Scotches I've had. This Lagavulin 16 is amazing. Oh, Okay, Grey Hartung is in the chat here with a smoke ship. He says, Oxhorn, piloting a pork belly paddle ship. Okay, he's got the alliteration. Here we go. You guys are in for a treat if you haven't heard one of Greg Hartung's smoke ships before. Oxhorn piloting a pork belly paddle ship propelling the poisonous pockets of peroxide above Boston when out of the mists he spots a mecha zeppelin with the heinous Hartung holding the singer Magnolia hostage for her morally questionable services. Okay. Ah, that's creepy. Thinking fast, Oxhorn readies his dolphin bazooka and fires directly at the evildoer's face. Magnolia is propelled from the explosion and lands directly into Oxhorn's arms? I mean, she's not my type, but okay. She smiles sweetly at him and wishes to repay him for his noble deed. However, after a night of... Wow, Greg, this is getting a little R-rated for you, Greg. After a night of repayment... Oxhorn discovers Magnolia took off the next morning without saying goodbye, leaving him feeling rather perplexed and slightly heartbroken. Okay, that's the smoke ship. Here we go. Imagine that story, but in smoke form, because that's what you have to look for. It's going to be brief. It'll be before your eyes for only the briefest of moments. But here we go. Smoke ship time. Wow! Did you see it? For the briefest of moments before your very eyes was that smoke ship painted by Greg Hartung. I mean, I can't... You heard it. You saw it, right? I don't need to re-say it. It was all there, painted in smoke. I know. I amaze even myself sometimes. Please gameplay, says DC. I knew it. There's always one. I'm getting to it. All right. Hold on. All right. Let's get my... Ah, there we go. Okay. Well, I've been doing all these Good Neighbor videos, so naturally my character is here in Good Neighbor. Hey, you know what? Let me turn off my music. Because I want to listen to the Fallout music. All right, let's pump that music up. Oh, yeah. I love it. Okay. Where were we? We have Randolph Safehouse. Looks like we're going towards Backstreet Apparel. And I got rid of Deacon. I mean, I got his companion perk. I don't need him around messing up my stealth. So that may mean that encounters are going to be a bit harder for your neighborhood-friendly Oxhorn. But that's okay. I'm up for the task. Greg Hartung says, to be fair, your videos do revolve around an M-rated game. That's true. That's true. The Oxhorn of 2017 is, you know, he's a little bit more evolved, I guess, from the Oxhorn of 2004 and so on. Hey, oh man, I shouldn't have fast traveled right here. Ah, come on, buddy. Oh, Pikmin's blade. Oh, I love Pikmin's blade. Oh, I don't need the tire iron. Why did I take that? Oh, I'm at half health. All right. Baked bloatfly. Yeah, okay, that's fine. Grilled radroach. Yeah, give me some of that radroach. Mirelurk cake. Oh, yeah. Or an omelet. Now let's wait here for now. That paper bag guy says, Oxhorn, this is a pretty stupid question, but does Nexus mods work for PS4? Don't worry. I mean, modding is, you know, it's complicated if you've never done it before. Oh, that's where he got that. That's a municipal plutonium well. Oh, that's fascinating. So mass fusion would come here and place the... This is where they would place the plutonium that would power buildings? I guess, is that what we're supposed to... Oh, that's interesting. But to answer your question, no. Nexus Mods does not work with the PS4. However, there are some mods that mod authors will both publish to the PlayStation 4 and to the Nexus. This character is pretty squishy. No power armor. I don't even have ballistic weave yet. So I'm taking it careful.
Randolph here. Package 2 is away. Runner took some fire along the way back. Touch and go, but our doc says he's gonna make it. We could really use some supplies over here. Any chance the Big D can let us come back in? Barring that, we need some more hostiles removed. Mr. Timms, out.
Okay, but where? He didn't tell me where he wants me to go. Where am I going? Oh, Faneuil Hall? Dang it! This is frustrating to me because I'm going to be doing a video on Faneuil Hall. And I wanted to save this character to shoot that footage. I can't shoot footage at the same time as doing a broadcast. I can always come back and reshoot it with an old save. So let's just go ahead and save now. Faneuil Hall is interesting. The reason I was recently going to be doing a video, the reason I wanted to do a video on Faneuil Hall is because it's one of those places that has a lot of pre-war history. That's really fascinating. Real world history. It's really interesting. Yeah, I don't want to go to mass fusion, so let's go to the Old North Church. Walk down from there. I can't fast travel enemies. Blast. I don't know. How far away am I? Can I just walk there? That's the problem with this chameleon armor. It sometimes makes you so invisible. God, where are these elusive enemies? Is that Diamond City? Alright, I'll just walk to Diamond City. Dang it, I forgot to close all my browsers. What I typically do before shooting footage or doing a live stream is I'll close all of my internet browsers because they consume a lot of my RAM. And that usually helps with frame rates, but as you can see, I've got some jittering going on. And that's because I have my browsers open. Oh, he's just chilling there, isn't he? That doesn't seem very safe. Alright, now let's see if we can fast travel to... I don't like the chameleon armor because it messes up with your Pip-Boy. I agree. I don't like it because I lose my scopes. You lose your scopes? I don't think I've never used the chameleon armor with a scope before, so I've never seen how that works. Nice Pip-Boy you got there. Oxhorn says the generic pyro. Yeah, I did this myself. I downloaded this really wonderful, damaged-looking Pip-Boy skin. I just love the detail on this thing. Look, it's got the cracked glass over here. And then I just wanted to make it mine. And so I put the Minuteman logo over here. Just in Photoshop. I just laid it on top of it. And it wrapped around beautifully. So I really enjoyed it. All right, I need to go south that way.
Someone there.
This is going to be tricky.
I hear something out there. Oh!
Ah, two of them. Thank God for that chameleon armor. Woo! All right, we lived. Give me that mutant hound meat. Quick save. Everyone's favorite tool when playing on a squishy character. Okay. I'm loving Pikmin's blade, by the way. I can't believe I used that axe for so long. It was great, but the bleed effect on Pikmin's blade is so devastating. And I just love the way it looks. Now I'm trying to remember, I know that there's a quest related to the cricket, but I don't recall where to get it. Because I do want to get the Shemdro sword. I can always... Who gives you that quest? I forget. I can always do that later when I go and do my video on it. Wow, here's a piece of airplane fuselage lying right in the middle of the town. I haven't noticed this before. Wow. Looks like those planes have fell off. Oh, crap. Just my luck.
Oh, what's that? You can't hide forever!
Oh, just my luck.
Gonna find you soon, human.
Yeah, well, you're probably right. Oh, just my luck. Oh, doggone it.
Gotta come out sooner or later.
There we go. Another one?
Come out, wherever you are.
I just want to get to Faneuil Hall, man. Oh, that's right. Faneuil Hall has a bunch of super mutants, doesn't it? That's it right there. Ah, okay.
Here, human.
Calm
Got a
down
treat
there.
for you. Slippery humans. Someone there? Run away!
And here I thought I could dodge it. Oh, one missile and I'm done. All right, well, maybe we should try a different strategy. Okay.
I can smell you out there, little sneak.
Well, I promise I
wanted
bathed.
to fight.
Gosh, this is gonna be tricky, but I got this. I got this. There's just no cover here. There's just no cover. I could skip it and go from the top down. That may be the best strategy. If I go from the top down, then they're going to be less likely to see me. If I go from the bottom up, they're going to catch me no matter what I do. Well, let me try something. I'm going to quick save here, and then let's turn on caps lock so I'm walking extremely slow. Maybe if I'm walking really slow, I can sneak on up.
Boring. What?
No!
Who's there?
Look! I can't even get within... Oh, it's horrible. I have how many different ranks of snake? I have 4. 4 of the 5 ranks of snake. I'm even wearing chameleon armor. I'm not wearing anything heavy, although I am wearing metal armor. Maybe it's the metal armor that's giving me
Must
away.
have been nothing.
And they're still finding me. All right, let's go. Stealth boy, then sneak attack with the Pickman's blade. They'll see me through Stealth boy. I mean, watch. We'll try it. Here. Let me, doggone it. All right. Stealth boy. I hate stealth boys. They see me. They see right through me.
Wish a buckethead would show up. I'd rip his legs clean off.
Yeah, I'm sure you would, butter. You know what? I may have been mistaken. Thank you, sir. I was very much mistaken. You are amazing. Thank you. Where's the one with the missile launcher? Did I kill the one with the missile launcher? Oh, man, I need to get more stealth boys. I need to get way more stealth boys. Oh, those are ghouls. All right. Sweet. Thank you. That made things much easier for me. All right, let's go loot these guys. I want the missile launcher. And I can't get up there from here, so I am going to have to go in. Quick save! I'm going to have to start buying all of the railroad stealth boys that, Tinker Tom has for sale. Those last even longer than the regular ones.
No green stuff here.
Hello.
Getting hungry.
Oh, really? Wow. Let's see what damage these guys can do.
I gonna be a good fight.
All right, sorry, I gotta hack this terminal real quick. T-I-E-S, T-I-E, T-I-E-S-I-T-E, T-I-E-S, T-I-E.
I'm in.
Powering up. Protectron on duty.
I'll wear your guts around my neck.
There you go.
Die.
Tried 2 of them, my friend.
Looking in the eye as you die.
What are you doing? Attack!
Will be administered with
That did not turn out well.
What? Scared already? We'll find you soon,
Alright, time to get some chems. Let's survive with some... I don't have anything hot bound yet, so... Oh yeah, I do. Cycle buff. Hot bench.
Ah! Face me, you coward!
You know, in real life, the Faneuil Hall is a marketplace as well. So they got this right. Okay, alright, alright. So this entire basement is done. Great, and they're probably not going to come downstairs. So let me loot up first.
You're here, you're here!
And then we can move
Stop
on.
hiding! I can smell you out there! Little sneak.
I need to understand explosives better. I don't really use them a lot in many of my gameplays, but they're gonna come in really handy with this character.
Hey, what?
Got it.
Ah!
Yes.
Whoa, what was that? Oh. Chair, get in there.
What? Who's there?
I forgot. Anything down here? A poor handicapped person with a pipe pistol. That's about it.
A noise. Someone there?
You know, I've never understood the can chimes. You get experience for
Don't
disarming
make
them, but they
noises.
make so much noise when you disarm
Huh?
them that people hear
What's
them.
that?
So, how have you disarmed it if you ended up triggering it anyway? I don't get it. Ooh, look at that Rad X trying to hide
Must
from
have
me.
been nothing. I hear something. What is it?
I'm gonna get all my looting done, then I'm gonna wait for them to stop freaking out, then I'm gonna go up and assassinate
I'm
them.
here. You're playing tricks on me again.
Went into there. Alright, so just this one corner, and then we can go on up. Assemble placament.
No fight today.
Don't worry, buddy, you'll get your fight. Alright, let's take the wrapper off this thing. We're starting to get dangerously low to the burn line. I forgot what's on that terminal. Sales, okay. Freedom Society. Alright, this is good to know. I'm glad this is here. I'm going to save this for when I do my video on the topic. And quick save. Oh, man. Ah, what did I do? Oh no, I did it again. This is what I get for walking around without my light on, but I don't want them to find me.
What? I
So
hear
instead, I
something.
detonate a bunch of grenades.
Nothing. Nothing.
I can always come back down. Oh, I gotta use the elevator, don't I? Oh, man. Oh, wait, no, there's this main hall. Ooh, that's right, the main hall. Oh, the wall up there. And then there's that guy over there. Can I lure any of them down? We'll see.
Here, human. I got a treat for you. You're here. Or here.
Oh, he's going around to the other side. Oh, and that door's blocked.
I
Blast.
can smell you out there, little sneak. No blood to spill today. Oh, someone there.
They're right above me, but they don't want to come on out. Is there a way up there from in here? I think there may be. Yeah, there's a
You'll have
stairway
to come out sooner or later.
on this end over here.
Gonna find you soon, human. Come out, wherever you are, slippery humans. Huh? What's that? No.
All right, 2, 3 more. Let's see if we can go on upstairs and get these guys without being tagged. And then we can come down and finish exploring this cool little hall.
Waste my time.
Do you see him? I see him. Ooh, that was dark in there. Ooh, I got a duelist's revolutionary sword. 25% chance to disarm the attackers on a successful block. Wow. Wow. I almost died. Ouch. Look at that. All right, let's get some... that could have been very bad. Let's get a Mirelurk egg omelet. Oh, that's going to be good. All right, I'll loot this all later. I'm going to go on upstairs and finish clearing the place. And this is the boss guy, right? Am I crippled? Yeah, I'm crippled. Oh, man! Alright, I've already got MedX active, right? No, I don't. Alright. I'm hurt. So, medics. Psycho buff, sure. Another nuclear cola point. Yeah, just to be safe, a stim pack. Dumb dog! Thank God for nerd rage. And we're good. Now to loot our reward. That's the way up to the roof. I'll save that for later. Because after this, we've got to go get the Shimdrow sword. And that's going to take us to a nasty graveyard with all sorts of ghouls.
Someone there?
What? I thought I got them all. Did I miss one? Alright, I'll go get him.
Perfect.
Companions permanently gain 10% health. That's nice.
Ah, I'm hearing stuff.
What's that attached to? Grenades. There it is. See that? Got him. Getting all that loot. I should probably remove glass from my tagged item, because you just find so much of it. These meat bags are such a great resource for meat. You can get so much experience from looting these meat bags. And then this goes down to that floor, but first I want to check out the other side.
A noise.
This takes me up to the top floor, right? Or no, that takes me down to the bottom. That's right. That's the elevator in the bottom.
Must have been nothing.
Sweet. Okay, so this last guy that I apparently missed is going to be here somewhere. I don't know how I could have missed him. There he is. Had a sneaking suspicion. David says, I'm buying your book. It looks great. Well, thank you, good sir. I do appreciate it. I wrote that book many years ago, and I'm super fond of how it turned out. Anything on top? Nope. It doesn't look that way. All right, and then that's that level. Great. So let's finish looting this, and then go up and get the Shemdrow sword. So many meat bags. Alright, I think that's it here. Presented to the city of Charleston. Presented to the city by the children of Boston. Here we go. The coffee's getting low. Gotta finish this off. Hey Ox, can you play Prey for your After Dark segment? Maybe. Maybe. I'm going to go through Bioshock. That game's a lot of fun. I'm going to steer clear of Outlast 2. I beat Outlast 1. I did that live on the program. I played one episode of Outlast 2. And that's where I draw the line. It's a bit darker, I think. I mean, Outlast 1 was pretty dark, but in Outlast 2, you can kill babies. Well, no, in Outlast 2, you see the corpses of babies. I think I draw the line at corpses of babies. That's a bit much for me. So I don't think we'll be doing that anymore. And there it is.
Nice.
Food for the grasshopper. Read Food for the Grasshopper. Shemdrown made it, May 25th, 1742. To my brethren and fellow grasshoppers, fell in ye year 1753, 1755? November 13th, early in ye morning, by a great earthquake, by my old master above. Again, like to have met with utter ruin by fire, by hopping timely from my public station, came of the broken bones and much bruised, cursed and fixed. Old master's son Thomas drowned, June 28th, 1768. And though I will promise to discharge my office, yet I shall vary as ye wind. On the banks of the Charles, where forever rests Master Shem, there one can find a life's worth. Find Shem Drone's grave. Let's go to the Pikmin Gallery. Save first. DS John says, Oxhorn, I like your vids and stories. Thanks for laying out the juicy lore. You are welcome. I'm pleased to produce videos almost every single day. It's pronounced drown. All right, thanks. I'll bear that in mind in case I do the video. One second. There we go. Alright, I know that graveyard is close and I'm gonna have to kill a lot of ghouls, so let's sneak on over. Is that it? Just 3? Ah. I love Blitz. Just making sure. And there we go, the corpse of Shem Drown.
Excellent.
Targets take radiation damage. Pretty doggone cool. Fear not. The devil's iron makes this blade. Only he who wields it can make it wicked. Does that mean it was made from like a meteor? Whoops, didn't mean to take his skull. Well, I guess it's mine now. Sweet. All right. Back to Desdemona.
Desdemona.
Randolph reports they got another synth to safety. That's 2 assists in your column.
Happy to help.
Pam's near 100% on Randolph. Her best guess is our people weren't infiltrated. But the station could be compromised any time now. So keep helping Mr. Timms.
You got it. Sweet. All right. Well done, everyone. We are plowing through these railroad quests like a hot knife through butter. Took a long time for the game to catch up with that, didn't it? By the way, just so that you all know, I do go through the chat history after the broadcast, and I permanently ban anyone who tried to abuse the chat bot. Anyone who tried to get around it. So just bear that in mind. Anyway, ladies and gentlemen, that's it for Scotch and Smoke Rings, episode 400 and... What are we on? 400 and... 407. We finished Randolph Safehouse 5, went to the Faneuil Hall, got the Shemdrown sword, and had a great time. Be sure to tune in to my video tomorrow morning. I'm going to do that on some more Fallout 4 mods. It's going to be a whole lot of fun for Oxhorn's Mod Muster. And then, of course, this weekend we will be doing, hopefully, a video on Hancock if I get it done, and then another video on Fallout New Vegas, this time probably either on Cottonwood Cove or Camp Searchlight. So, a whole lot of fun. Anyway, ladies and gentlemen, thanks for coming to this week's episode. I'll probably have a live stream later on in the week, possibly on Sunday night, and we'll be playing some BioShock at that time. But until then, ladies and gentlemen, thank you all for coming. Be sure to tune in tomorrow morning, and as always, make sure that each and every one of you stays classy.